What's up, you guys? It's your girl, Mika Chanel, back with another edition of Mika Chanel is Just Saying. All right, you guys, what y'all think about Orange County the other night? I am so sorry. It is Thursday. I know the episode came on Monday, but I've been sick this week, and I thought I was going to get it in yesterday. I did a couple of vlogs yesterday, but I wasn't able to get it in. So I'm getting it in tonight. But what did you guys think about the Real Housewives of Orange County? I'm happy that the season is coming to an end because it's been a long ass season. 18. We're on number 18, right? I don't know. It was an interesting episode, but at the same time, it was kind of boring. So, anyways, let's get into it. The Real Housewives of Orange County, season number 18. Season number 10, episode number 18, you guys. That's what we're on. So this episode opens up with at Vicky's house, and Brianna and her husband Ryan and the boys are there, and they're having breakfast, and Vicky is just so excited to have, her daughter and her grandchildren there, her son-in-law. And she's just talking about how, she loves the toys in the house and she loves the mess from the kids. And, like she has a house that is a family house. And she's happy that her family's there. And her son Michael is going to come and join them at the zoo. And Vicky's just like in seventh heaven because she says that it's, for her, it's not easy being a part-time grandmother. She wants to be around her kids, her grandkids, every single day. But, with Brianna living in Oklahoma, that's kind of hard. And, so it looked like they had a great time at the zoo. I'm skipping ahead. The zoo was a little later in the episode, but I'm just going to wrap this part up. So, yeah, it looked like they had a lot of fun at the zoo. Vicky's son, I always liked him. He was always just so cool. You didn't see him too much on a lot of the episodes, especially after you saw him a few times, when he was in college and things like that. But, of course, you saw Brianna more so throughout the seasons or whatever. But anyway, so, everybody seemed to have a good time. Vicky was, like I said, in seventh heaven. And I don't know. That was really it. That's all I got to say about them. And so, anyways, while they were still at Vicky's house having breakfast, this is before they went to the zoo. Brianna and her husband Ryan are in the kitchen whispering about the fact that, it feels weird. Oh, it feels weird that he lives here now. Oh, it feels weird to be in the house and then Ryan is all like, oh, it's really dirty and it's got a nasty, musty smell. I'm like, really, Ryan? You gonna on cameras call Vicky a bad housekeeper or her housekeeping people bad housekeepers? I honestly, I don't like Ryan. To be honest, his season, I think not last season, but I think it was the season before that when we first met him, I believe it was. And I didn't like him from the start. And I thought that his personality was due to him being in the military. But I think he's just an asshole, born and bred. You know what I'm saying? I really do. Y'all remember what he did to Lydia's mom? The old lady that was always high, running around sprinkling pixie dust on everybody. I remember he threatened her and stuff because she had her foot on the couch and all this and all that, and I just don't like him. I really don't. And so anyway, so he, they in there whispering about the fact that Brooks is, living there, and Brianna was saying that she's happy that Brooks wasn't there and that, she can have her kids over there and feel comfortable or whatever. And Ryan's all like, well, I would rather be in a hotel. And she was like, well, I guess whatever, it's okay. And my thing is, I just really don't understand why Brianna does not like Brooks so much. She's a grown woman. She has her own family to think about. You know what I'm saying? Her mother is a grown woman that can take care of herself. I really don't understand it. I guess because of the fact that she said, I guess Brooks in some conversation when they were drunk or something with, when he was speaking to her husband, I guess it was a group of guys and, they were all drinking or whatever. And Brooks said something, told Ryan about, to hit Brianna or something like that. I didn't really hear, they show, they played a little clip of it at one of the reunion shows. It was actually after that season that I said Ryan was being an asshole. Anyways, so yeah, so they showed the clip of it. Like, well, they played the clip of it because it was just like an audio. Somebody was recording it for some reason. It wasn't even part of the show or whatever. Probably Ryan's old bitch ass was recording it. Anyways, so yeah, so he said something about hit Brianna. I don't know. But he probably wasn't being serious. You know, he was probably drinking, and then Ryan was probably complaining about Brianna. He was like, oh, man, my husband is always running around talking about putting the smack down and saying it to anybody. Oh, yeah, I put the smack down, I put the smack down. But he's just joking. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just kind of silly. But the thing is that Brianna didn't like Brooks before that. She didn't like him from the beginning because, like, when he first came into Vicky's life, she was like, I don't know who this guy is. He doesn't have a job. Who is he? You know, he's riding around in my mom's car and this, and that, or whatever. But, you know what I'm saying? That's why Brianna doesn't like him. And then I think she brought it up. Well, I know she brought it up that, like, this was I'm going back a few seasons just because it's just getting under my skin about Brianna. But yeah, so she had brought it up, I guess, that the fact that Vicky may have been cheating on her ex-husband Don with Brooks, because Brianna said she had found some emails. So I think, you know, Brianna has some issues about that. She got some issues about Vicky and Don getting divorced, and I guess how their relationship was, because they didn't have a good relationship either. And she just feels like her mother is going from one bad relationship to another, which I understand her concern, but to take it to the level of where you're going to make your mother choose, and you're going to say, like, even just coming for a weekend visit, you can't be around the man, you don't want the man around your children, like as if he's like some mass murderer and child molester. You know what I'm saying? I don't really understand. At all. You know what I mean? Like, well, she probably is, you know what I'm saying, doing some dang on, what do you call it? Reflecting. Not deflecting is what I mean. Deflecting, because her husband is probably, let me not put stuff out in the air, but her husband is an asshole. And I can see him trying to rule his house with an iron fist. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't saying he's like abusive or anything like that. But what I'm saying is, but then again, she seems to be an asshole too. So maybe they just assholes together. I don't know. But anyways, let's keep moving. So in the next scene, you see Megan and Haley, and they are making like some homemade facials or whatever. It's just cute to see them together because, you know, like as much as I talk about Megan and all of this, you know, she seems to really genuinely care about Haley, and she does seem to genuinely care about Haley's well-being. And she clearly seems to love her husband and want to do what, you know, whatever she can to help out. But, you know, so I like to see them together and having fun and things. It's a little weird. But, you know, I mean, Megan's very immature anyway, so they're probably not that far apart mentally. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, sometimes I wonder if Megan is just playing this act. Because sometimes she'll do things or say something that makes me think she has a little bit more sense. You know what I'm saying? That she comes across sometimes. So, I don't know. But that was kind of cute. That was just a little cute little scene. Nothing much going on there. Tamara had called and invited her to the baptism. And, you know, she told Haley to come or whatever. And so that was kind of that in that scene. In the next scene, you see Shannon and David. Oh my gosh, Shannon and David. So Shannon, the only reason why I'm saying oh my God is because I saw their Watch What Happens Live special. Did you guys see that thing? Watch What Happens Live special? Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're gonna get to it. Anyways, so their marriage counselor comes to the house so that they can have a session or whatever. She says that she can see the growth in the both of them. Like, you know, she was saying Shannon is able to pull herself back into a more happier place when she goes off into, you know, the sad places or whatever. And she says that, you know, she sees that David is trying to open up a little bit more, even though he's not one to talk a lot. You know what I mean? And David's like, no, I'm very open and very honest and talkative or whatever if I feel safe. And then that sets Shannon off on, you know what I'm saying? She starts crying And she says that it reminded her of the fact that he told her that he felt like he could talk to this other woman and he couldn't talk to her. So that, him saying that just kind of took her back. He's, of course that's not what he meant. Well, he says it's not what he meant. And so, but Shannon was able to pull it together and, kind of moves on. I just feel like, doesn't David just look like a defeated man? Like he's talking about, he could have ran. It would have been so much easier to run, the shame that he feels and things like that. And he just looks so detached. But I don't know if it's really, but for me, like a lot of people say that he doesn't have like any emotion in his eyes. Like he's just going through the motions with her. And I look at it a little differently. I feel like he just feels a little defeated. You know what I mean? Like, oh, here we go again. No matter what I do, nothing's going to be right. Duh, you know what I mean? Because Shannon just seems like she has that kind of personality where she's just like in attack mode all the time. And I don't think that she means to be. I just think that she's just a lot. She's a lot. She's just a lot. And, I don't know. So that's kind of what I get from David and the kind of blank looks that he has. He just looks like, again, like, you know what I mean? I don't know. But at the same time, I don't think that he's all that into her, saying all of that. I really don't. And especially after hearing the Watch What Happens Live special, I just really don't think that he is. Like, for one, I've never really seen him, like, hug her or kiss her or anything in a way that, you know what I mean? Like, how sometimes your husband will come up to you and just, give you a hug or a passionate kiss or something. I don't know, just tap on the butt, anything. They don't do that type of thing. And they just don't really seem to have much in common outside of their children. But at the same time, we don't really see them together alone a lot. The show is about, her being with the ladies or whatever. But I don't know. I just don't get the feeling. And then that's the same thing that Andy Cohen, I think, was getting at during the special. And they were on the special. And at the end of the special, Andy Cohen was like, why are you staying with Shannon other than the kids? Why are you staying with Shannon? And he was saying, I love my family. He was like, well, specifically, what is it about Shannon that is making you stay? And then he comes off like, well, she makes me a better man and this and that. But he still has like this defeated look on his face. And I don't know. It just, I don't know. And then the one thing that really pissed me off on the Watch What Happens Live episode is that Shannon was like, he had moved out. And I do remember at the beginning of the season her saying that he did move out, but I guess I didn't realize when he moved out he was living with the other woman. And I guess he was picking the kids up from school one day and he gives their oldest daughter his wedding ring and was like, here, give this to your mother because I don't want this anymore. And I'm like, what? Oh my God. Andy Cohen was like in the galaxy of dick moves, motherfucker. That was the biggest dick move ever. I'm like, yes, Andy Cohen. Yes, tell his ass. Cause that was some bullshit, okay? I was always wondering, like, why are their kids so involved? But I feel like, I don't know if I read it or if she said it on the show, but she said something about her kids had read some emails or whatever. And I don't know, just somehow the kids know like pretty much everything that happened. But then I guess when he moved out, I guess, they had to know something, what's going on or whatever. So it was just crazy. Like, why would he give their daughter his wedding ring? Why would he put the kids like in the middle like that? You know what I mean? That was just And honestly, I don't think that Heather is all that over it. I don't think that David is all that over, the fact that he was excited about stepping out on his marriage and it made him feel free and he thought that he was in love and this and that. And I don't know. I think I might just do another blog specifically on their Watch What Happens Live special because it just really pissed me off. Anyways, we're going to keep it moving because I don't want this vlog to be an hour long. Tamra, Heather, and Shannon meet for lunch. And Heather, when she sits down, she's like, when's the last time we seen each other? Was it the Aries party or whatever? And Shannon's like, yeah, I think so or whatever. But then when Tamra gets there, Shannon just automatically is like, You know, I know where I seen you last. I saw you on TV, and that's what makes me feel like I've seen you. And then she looks over at Tamara like, yeah, remember? Because we watched them on TV, and that's why I think. And then Tamara's like, yeah, it was kind of cool. And you know what? And when you were listening to ingredients, oh my God, it's so cool that resveratrol can clear your skin up as well as cure cancer. You know, it was just so phony. You know, they planned that. I felt like Shannon brought it up at that time I felt like Shannon brought up the fact that they, you know, like, oh yeah, I saw you on, you know, on TV when you were, you know, doing your product or whatever. I feel like she brought that up when Tamara got there to then pass the ball to Tamara so Tamara could run with it or whatever, you know. I honestly do. It seemed a little phony to me. And so then, of course, they started talking about Brooks and Vicky, and oh my goodness, why I don't know. You know, Tamara tells Tamara tells Heather that, you know, while they were out of town, that Brooks and Vicky showed her some of his medical records. Now, this thing was funny with what Heather said. Heather was like, oh, was it in the big binder with all the tabs and everything? Now, that was funny as hell, Heather. I'm going to give that to you because I know you were trying to act like it was an innocent comment, but I know it wasn't an innocent comment. You were trying to be funny, and it was funny. I called it, though. It was funny. It was. But anyway, so then they move off of Brooks and Vicky. You know, they say a few more things, and Shannon is just more concerned because she feels like she doesn't know where Vicky stands because I guess you know, Vicky just told her that she feels really sad. She doesn't know what happened with their friendship, and she feels like Shannon was just being very mean to her at that lunch that they had, which she was. She was being mean. I felt like she was being mean by continuing to bring the whole Brooks thing up when Vicky kept telling her she was already having a bad day. She just needed to, you know what I'm saying? She didn't want to talk about it, you know? So I felt like she was out of line in that lunch or whatever, so. Then, for some reason, Shannon feels like Tamara and Heather are like so much of her friends or whatever. So she decides to disclose to them the fact that David had an affair, right? Okay. So Tamara, as soon as she says it, Tamara gives Heather a look, you know, as if to say, I told you. You know what I'm saying? Gave her one of those kind of looks, you know? And so, but Heather did say that she's like, well, now you understand that lunch that I had with Tamara last year, it wasn't to be, you know, it wasn't that we were gossiping. It was just that topic did come up. Because I guess what we learned on Watch What Happens Live is that Heather and the girl that David was cheating with, they have mutual friends. And so, I guess Heather had known pretty much the whole time that David was having an affair. You know, even last season when she put Shannon out of her house, I guess Heather knew. But Heather says that she never told anyone, not even Terry, which I'm like, whatever. Because it looked at her and Tamara gave like they were talking about it, you know, this whole time, you know. And so Shannon's just like, you know, they prove that they are really good friends because even when we weren't speaking, they, you know, they didn't go around gossiping about this. So that just proves, you know, this, and that. And I'm like, the only thing it proves is that they knew some information about you and they were talking about you behind your back. That's all it proves. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't prove that they're your friends. What proves that they're your friends are their actions. And I will say that Heather has definitely been a lot better to you this season, Shannon, than she was last year. But at the same time, that's because Heather is playing damage control. You know what I'm saying? Because she knows that her and her husband looked really bad last season. So, you know, anyways, you know, hopefully, you know what I'm saying, Shannon doesn't have to learn the hard way again that Tamara turns her back on everyone. You know what I mean? And Heather is, I don't know. I don't really know if Heather turns her back on people. She seems to try to have everyone's back. You know, even when Tamara was being mean to her last season and, you know, kind of being a little shady, you know, she still seems to have Tamara's back. So, you know, I don't know. We'll see how that all turns out. And then I guess it must be like the next day or a couple days later, you see Tamara and Brianna meet up. And because remember, Brooke, in the beginning of the season, Vicky had asked Tamara to talk to Brianna for her. So they go to like lunch or somewhere, and first, you know, they just chit chat about Brianna's boring ass life in Oklahoma, talking about they don't have any friends. I'm like, girl, nobody want to be your friend anyway, especially not with that asshole husband you got. Then they move on, of course, to talking about Brooks. And Tamara's like, you know, your mom wanted me to talk to you about the whole Brooks thing, and you know, and she's just like, oh my God, you know, I don't like Brooks. I'm never gonna like Brooks. He's disrespectful, all of the things that he's done. I don't know why she continues to pick him over me. And Tamara's like, oh, but did your grandmother like him? And she's like, no, my grandmother didn't like him. And Tamara's all like, well, Vicky said that, you know what I mean, that she did, and she wanted them to be together. And Brianna's like, no, that's not true. That is nowhere near true or whatever. So I don't know what the truth is about that, but what I do know is that I just really don't understand. I still don't understand the whole why Brianna doesn't like Brooks, but I'm not gonna go into all of that again. So that's just kind of what they talk about. They just go on and on about that, and then Tamara tells her that, you know, none of the women believe that Brooks actually has cancer. And then Brianna's just like, you know, I have some doubts too, you know, with my medical training. You know, she's a registered nurse, like with my medical training or whatever, like some of the things that they say doesn't make sense. Like, you know, you have stage 3 pancreatic cancer or whatever he had, lymphoma cancers, whatever. Then you shouldn't be walking around a party drinking and acting like you're the life of the party or whatever. And so Brianna was saying that what he was describing to her sounded more like an issue with his pancreas and the part of the pancreas that gets affected when you drink too much. So Brianna, I guess, is thinking that maybe, you know what I'm saying, that maybe he doesn't have cancer. Maybe he just has some kind of, you know what I'm saying, issues with drinking too much, and that is making him sick. I don't know. They, you know what I'm saying? So Tamara's soaking all this up, and, you know, I don't know if the man has cancer or not. Vicky and Brooks aren't even together anymore on the current day. She said that, you know what I'm saying, they never really had much in common. You know, she just really wanted someone in her life or whatever, which we all knew that. You know, we all knew that, and I just wish people would have just left them alone, because eventually we knew that, you know what I'm saying, she was going to part ways. Vicky is a smart woman, you know. And so she's like, they're broken up for good. They'll never get back together. But yes, he does have cancer. This is what she had said in an interview that I read like last week or something like that. So you guys, I don't know if the man has cancer or not. I don't really care. I just don't know why the other ladies care so much. You know? Anyways, so you see Shannon in a cute little scene with her daughter. She takes them to an organic makeup bar. And after giving them this whole long ass speech about your skin being your biggest organ and needing to take care of it, and whatever you put on your skin, it soaks into your body. And the girls are looking at her like, Mom, we came here to put on makeup. We ain't come here for this bullshit. So, you know what I'm saying? After that, her little speech, then the girls get to go and get done up or whatever. Not really done up. They just get a little mascara and some lip gloss and all of that. And it was just a funny story that Shannon was like, when she was a young girl, she used to ride her horse. I guess she lived in Ranchero, California or somewhere. She used to ride her horse to the pharmacy, she said, to buy makeup. I'm like, what? You used to ride a horse to the store? Like, where do you do that at? I don't know. Definitely not in Northern Illinois. Maybe they did, like way before I was born though. Anyways, I thought that was funny and cute, and you know, I don't see anything wrong with her 14-year-old daughter wearing a little bit of mascara and lip gloss. You know, it is what it is. I think I started wearing eye makeup. I've been wearing eye makeup since I was about 15, 16, something like that. Not necessarily mascara. I mean, eyeshadow, but I've been wearing eyeliner and mascara every day of my life for the most part since I was about 15 or 16 years old, which is basically more than half of my life, you know. So I don't really see anything wrong with that. Anyways, you see in the next scene, Tamara and Vicky, they're going dress shopping for Tamara's baptism. Tamara wants everybody to wear white. They bring out this white dress. Vicky says she has that dress and you know, doesn't want Tamara to really get the dress or whatever. But then, of course, they talk about Brooks. Tamara asks her how Brooks is doing. Vicky's just like, you know, he's actually today going to get test done, and his friend is taking him. Tamara's like, oh, so you're not going or whatever. And Tamara's just like, you put me in a really bad place with the other ladies. They still don't believe anything. And, they're wondering why you show me and not everyone else. And Vicky's like, you know what? It doesn't matter. I'm over it. I don't want to talk about it anymore. And that's really kind of how it ended. It really wasn't that much. Vicky's just like, look, I'm going to shut it down. And if I have to leave your baptism tomorrow because they won't stop talking about it, then I'm going to have to leave. I'm not going to bring Brooks. So hopefully there won't be any drama, So that was kind of that scene. And then in the last few scenes, it's basically just everybody getting ready for the baptism, which is going to be next week during the season finale. You see for some reason Shannon decides that she wants to give herself an at-home colonic, like where they do that at. And so then she thinks she broke half of the plastic tube that goes up in your butt, in her butt. She thinks it broke off in her butt. So now she's running around the bathroom, the bedroom, whatever, yelling about giving herself an enema, I guess, to flush the thing out or whatever. And David is just looking at her like, so you want me to wait downstairs for you? What do you want me to do? This is a little weird, He's just looking like, oh my God. So then I guess eventually he had to end up going up in her booty to feel it. He couldn't feel anything. It turns out that it had already fallen out into the toilet. It's disgusting. That must be real true love, but that's nasty as hell. Ew, I hope I never, ever have to do anything like that. Anyways, you see in another scene with Megan, she's FaceTiming with her husband Jim as she's getting ready for the party. She's talking about how upset she is that Haley changed her mind about going to the party, which of course Haley was going to change her mind. Haley wasn't going to go. And she just says how lonely she is. She's like, not only is Jim gone half the time, but Haley's half the time not even there in the house. So she's just all alone all the time. The girl is lonely. I kind of feel a little bad for her, even though, like I said before, she irritates the hell out of me with the whole Brooks thing and butting in people's business. But I feel a little bad for her, and so hopefully her situation, changes, because nobody. Like I said, I don't know if I could do a long distance relationship. I need to be around my significant other. I need to feel it. I need to see it. I need, I don't know. So I hope that their situation changes soon, and that's kind of that. Everyone else is in the limos going to the baptism. Shannon's talking to David about how she's so anxious to see Vicky. And all right, you guys, I had to pause the video for a minute. I was trying to hurry up, but I had to use the bathroom like really bad. Anyway, so I was saying, before I left, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so, they're in their limos, and Shannon, I guess, is talking to David, and she's just saying how she is a little nervous about seeing Vicky, and, she feels like she has really seen these changes in Tamara, and she's so proud of her and all this. I'm like, what? That bitch ain't changed. I don't know why everybody thinks she's changed. She has not changed at all. You can tell she is the same shit starter that she has always been. She may be a little bit more calm because, excuse me. That was gross. Sorry, you guys. She may be a little bit more calm, but she's still the same person. Don't get it twisted. We all know, trust and believe that, okay? And then in the other limo, Vicky and her crew, she's with her brother and a couple other ladies. I don't know who they are. They're just basically saying, how the other ladies are devils and they're evil. And you know what I'm saying? Hopefully, since this is a Jesus party, that there won't be any drama. That was funny. I thought it was funny that she said Jesus party. But anyways, you guys, that was the episode. And what did you guys think about it? It wasn't, like I said, it wasn't that much going on, but at the same time, I thought it was a cute little episode. And I don't know. I'm looking forward to the season finale. I'm definitely looking forward to the reunion shows because I just want to hear, what Vicky has to say to everybody. Anyways, you guys, that's the end of this vlog on the Real Housewives of Orange County, season 10, episode 18. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Please share this video with all of your social media friends. Please comment and like this video as well. And until next time, you guys, please stay real, stay safe, and stay tuned to Mika Chanel Is Just Saying. Bye-bye.